Hello and welcome to another edition of It's Just Our Opinion. I appreciate you watching again tonight. I hope you'll share this with your friends if you enjoy it. Hey, if you don't like it, share it with your friends so maybe they won't like it either. At least somebody will be watching it. But thank you again. This is our 14th episode. So we're slowly growing and hopefully getting better. I hope you enjoy. Tonight we're gonna just talk about some fun stuff. First of all, before we get too funny though, let's talk about the impeachment hearings. How many people, raise your hand if you have been watching any of the impeachment hearings? You notice I didn't raise my hand. I have not watched any, but you can't turn the news on or even the radio on without somebody talking about it so much. I really hadn't got into it, but the few things I keep hearing, everybody heard President Trump say this on a phone call, but they wasn't on the call with him. I tell you what, me and my wife, when we talk on the phone, it's hard for me to hear what anybody's saying to her because she holds it up to her ear real close, and I try to do the same with mine, not to keep her from hearing, but that's just a habit. So I guess from, it sounded like about 20 people heard President Trump talking on the phone, so he must hold it way out and put it on speaker. But anyway, that's all going to be decided by those folks in D.C., but let me tell you, it's really costing a bunch of money right now for the country to go through these hearings and stuff. And does anybody think that President Trump's going to be impeached by the House and tried and convicted in the Senate? If you do, raise your hand. You notice I didn't raise mine. President Trump's going to be there. He's going to run again next year, wide open, and all these hearings, they're just political, but we're not going to decide that. But I think it's really funny how many people has heard his conversation when he had it up to his ear. That's just amazing. But let's keep an eye on it. And if you're like me, you're probably not going to watch any of it. I still hadn't yet and don't plan on it. It's another thing we talk about is football. Everybody watched last week. As Alabama's quarterback Tua got hurt, went down. The season's not over though. We've got a great backup. Mac Jones is going to be there this week. He's fired up and ready. He actually played the whole game pretty much against Arkansas. Done a great job. Won the thing for us. So, Alabama, don't count him out yet. Don't count him out. We all hate Tua got hurt. He is just such a great guy, great personality, and just added a lot to the football team. But I believe Bama's still going to win. This week they've got one of the powerhouses, Western Carolina, that he'll get to go up against and get ready for the Auburn game with that practice. And of course, Auburn has a really powerful team this week too, that they're going to go up against to get ready for Alabama. They're playing Samford. So look for both Alabama and Auburn both to blow out those opponents this week. And hey, who knows what's going to happen when them two teams meet. I'd love to be sitting at the 50-yard line about 20 seats and just watching it, but nobody's invited me to go yet. Nobody. I really don't expect them to. But if you call and ask me, I may be there. But nobody's invited me yet. And if you do, let me know. Thanksgiving is just right around the corner. Now, Thanksgiving is one of my better holidays. Now, I like Christmas. That's my best. That's my favorite. But Thanksgiving, we all get to eat a bunch. We look forward to eating. We eat turkey, we eat ham. We eat macaroni and cheese and potatoes. And man, I could just keep going on. We eat and eat and eat. And then we get through with the table and we go and sit down on the recliner and stretch back out for about 15 minutes. And guess what we do? We go eat again. That's just something about Thanksgiving. It's a great time of year. Usually a little breeze in the air and stuff. But it's also a lot of football going on. So yeah, we'll have a lot to do with that this weekend. So Thanksgiving is a great time of year, and get ready for it. And husbands, help your wives cook. I know there's a lot of y'all that like to stretch out and let the wives cook and do all the stuff. I help my wife. I run down to the store and buy the rolls and the tea and stuff and try to help her so that she don't have to do it all. So y'all help out. Another thing coming up, recently, last Sunday to be exact, I had a birthday, turned 60 years old. Now I was expecting to wake up, on that morning when I turned 60 and feel old and not feel like really doing anything. I really thought my wife Regina would probably have me a walker sitting beside the bed. But she didn't, you know, I woke up and couldn't tell a bit of difference. I still felt like I was 59. And so, but had a great birthday. You know, we do this on Facebook now. I know Facebook is so great reminding people about whose birthday's coming up. And so, you know, their mind popped up and you know, got a few folks to give me happy birthdays. And, you know, I just makes you feel good. Now, I wonder sometimes if people really know who they're saying happy birthday to, though, because they tell you everybody's birthday that's on there. But it sure does make you feel good, you know, to get those several hundred or whatever it was, happy birthdays and stuff. But, you know, I don't feel a bit older. I looked in the mirror, don't even look any older, and you know, nobody has seemed to notice. But now, you know, when does it start? Hey, it may start after a couple of weeks. I may have to get me a walker, but right now I am feeling good about it. You know, trying to come up with some facts and things that would be interesting for y'all to know, and things that I actually didn't know. I was thumbing through some stuff the other day and come up with the song Barry Manilow done, I Write the Songs. Now, everybody thought Barry Manilow must have wrote that song because that's the title of it, I Write the Song. But you know, Barry Manilow did not write that song. A guy named Bruce Johnson wrote the song and brought it to Barry Manilow. And to start with, he really didn't think it was a good song. But then, you know, after he recorded it and listened to it and went over, you know, it turned out to be a hit for him. It actually went to #1 in Billboard magazine's poll charts and stuff. So, but I Write the Song by Barry Manilow was not wrote by Barry Manilow. You know, that would be a good trivia thing, maybe at your Christmas parties or your Thanksgiving parties and stuff. But you know, I was really surprised because there's no telling how many times I've been riding down the road with the Barry Manilow CD and singing that song with him, thinking that he actually wrote it, but he didn't. Who did? Bruce Johnson. You know, another thing I was thinking about mosquitoes. You know, everybody, you know, we just got through with Halloween and all these gory things and all that. So you think about something that's maybe raunchy like that, and I thought about mosquitoes. And so I was scanning through, and I found that it would take 1,200,000 mosquitoes all biting you and sucking at the same time to suck all the blood out of an average human being. Now that's a lot of mosquitoes. Can you imagine 1,200,000 mosquitoes at one time just sucking at and suck all your blood out? Now I wonder if you had that many mosquitoes first, would it be hard to stand up? But if you could stand up, I wonder when they sucked all the blood at one time, would you just fall in, or could you shake and maybe some of it would come back? But that's a lot of mosquitoes. 1,200,000 what it would take to suck all the blood out at one time of an average human being. That's interesting. That's another trivia question you could have at your family get-togethers this time. You know, another thing I found out the other day, just researching around, is Calvin Coolidge was the 30th president of the United States. Now President Coolidge actually had a good sense of humor. Now, when you look at his pictures and stuff, you know, he kind of looks like he'd probably be a dull kind of person, but he actually wouldn't. He loved to play tricks on his security team that was trying to guard him. He would get in the Oval Office sometimes and ask to be alone and be in there reading or something, and then he would push the panic button, the emergency button, for his security to come running in. And when they did, he would hide. He would be hid from them. They'd have to look all around for him. Now, can you imagine if President Trump done that today? I mean, they would right off the bat think the Russians had got him or something. But Calvin Coolidge actually would hide, push that button and hide from his security team. That's just amazing. You really don't think about presidents doing stuff like that, but that, you know, you had to be a good one to work for. It had to be a lot of fun. You know, another thing I found out the other day, and this is me, when I ride down the road, I love to have music going, especially if I'm by myself, so I can sing along, and, you know, in the back of my mind, it's like, man, I could be doing concerts and making millions, but when somebody's riding with me, they always tell me real quick I couldn't make any money at it. But cows, dairy cows, I found this when I was scanning, dairy cows love music. They produce 3% more milk when there's good music playing. Now, it can't be something slow, you know, some country and stuff. It's got to have a good beat to it moving. So 3% more milk if you play music. Now I wonder if they had a Michael Jackson going through there, or one of these Prince, or some of those fast moving stuff. How many extra gallons? You may even get 5 or 6% more if you put something quick like that. But who would have thought cows like music? Now we have some cows here. You know, they don't even get to hear me sing, because I usually just sing in the car. But you know, we don't milk them either. But that's something I got to try to get Regina out there and turn this radio on, and just see if, you know, maybe we can milk one and just see if it gives more milk. But 3% more. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? You think every dairy farm in the world, especially the country, would have music booming out whenever they're milking. That would really help you know that you're gonna get more milk. You know, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip just celebrated their 72nd anniversary just a few days ago, actually. And you know what's interesting, when you've been around that long, you don't have to be together. Believe it or not, they made news. They celebrated their 72nd, but they didn't celebrate together. He was 150 miles apart, wasn't around her. He went off to one of their resorts, but she felt like she ought to stay there in London and actually work. So 72 years anniversary, and didn't celebrate it together because she felt like she needed to work. Now that's a good work ethic. Of course, he is 98 and she's 93. So I bet she wouldn't do a lot of work. But anyway, I think I would have went to the retreat and tried to relax. Me and my wife, we like to be together on anniversaries. And so, you know, we've only had 20. When we get to 72, we may not want to, but I think we still will. Hey, thank you again for watching the show. I hope we told you something that you like. If we did, like I say, go on there and share it with your friends. You know, it don't cost you anything to share it, and let them see it. And you know, I hope that you'll continue to watch. And you know, the holiday season's coming up, so you know, just be careful, have fun with your family. That's what Thanksgiving is all about, family coming together and sharing together, and just being thankful for what you have, because whether we realize it or not, we are so blessed here in the United States. We're just blessed every day. Sometimes we may have hard times, but we're still blessed. Best country in the world. Enjoy it on the holidays. Thank you. And remember, everything we say is just our opinion.